What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a dream catcher read for the sign of Aries. Okay, Aries, you guys are last but not least on the zodiac lineup. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay, so you guys know how this goes. We're going to go ahead and get started with your reading. We're going to do one from the top, which is for your energy, one from the bottom, which is the energy of the situation and or person, and then one energetically from the middle. Okay, which is the energy between you and the situation and or person. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and see what's going on with your energy, Aries. We have the Ace of Wands for your energy. Okay, very nice. Then we have the Six of Wands for the situation and or person. Primarily feels like a situation and is in the same place as Aquarius. Okay, and then we have the Magician. Okay, the Six of Wands is Leo energy. The Magician is Taurus feminine energy. Okay, so I like this spread for you guys, Aries. It's full of positive energy for sure. Okay, so to start off, like I said, this Ace of Wands, fire energy, Leo, yourself, and Sagittarius. Okay, you have this beautiful, passionate new start about you. Okay, or revolving around you. Okay, new beginnings, new ideas, whatever it is, you are very passionate about it. Okay, um, you have this kind of like volcanic eruption behind this wand, along with this iguana kind of like in resting position in this circle. Okay, and so maybe you've had some dreams about circles in the last couple of days or so, or seeing primarily I'm thinking more so about circles or feeling the energy of circles, possibly iguanas. And I've kind of talked about iguanas on my readings before, and I want to take the time to kind of look and see if I can find the meaning again for you guys of seeing iguanas in a dream. So it's talking about how it shows or sending you a powerful message about your life. Okay, and so it could be some kind of change that is occurring for you. Okay, in some instances, depending on if you are dreaming about something specific, okay, it could be you're not ready to face some emotions that you could be feeling at the time. Okay, um, plus something in regards to maybe self-doubt or things of that nature. Okay, and so try not to dream too far ahead in advance of trying to figure out what is coming up next or what's going to come next for you. Kind of let things kind of go with the flow. Something you can pick up from Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius's energy was kind of like that before your reading. Okay, but nonetheless, I feel like with this circle is talking about some type of completion, um, possibly connections around you, something coming to full circle, as far as whatever this passionate beginning is for you. Okay, or maybe you're dreaming of the next big thing. Okay, now With that being said, the situation at hand is Six of Wands, Leo energy, okay? Six of Wands is talking about coming to some form of a victory, okay? If we take these two together, it comes up to a seven. Seven of Wands is usually talking about kind of being on the defensive side or having to defend yourself, okay? Or having high demand, okay? Now, that could be what your, fear is. There could be an underlining fear to this new um, beginning for you or new passionate endeavor, okay? Is that you're possibly in fear of not meeting high demands, okay? And so you have to learn how to not stress yourself out too thin, okay? Try to stick to a schedule as much as you possibly can. And you have to remember with this Six of Wands, whatever it is that you originally started a while ago is the Six of Wands is what you wanted, okay? Is a victory in a sense of all facets, whether it be financial or just to prove that you could do it, okay? And so, if with this new beginning creates another new beginning, it adds to that victory that you wanted in the first place, okay? It just makes it that much sweeter, okay? And so, with that being said, let's look at the last card, which is the energy between these two cards here, which is the Magician, okay? Before I got to this card, the first thing I heard was time to get to work, okay? It's time to get to work. There's no time for you to be fearful. With the Magician, it's time for you to put together those new ideas, okay? Now, you could be dreaming, or if not dreaming, maybe you have been in a kind of reflective state of mind of trying to create new things, okay? With this Ace of Wands being here, okay? And kind of trying to look things over in a sense, which is something that you should do, okay? But don't be fearful of whatever it is that you're creating causing a high demand. Like I said, this Six of Wands turning into a Seven of Wands, okay? And so, like I said, I don't feel like it's more so you defending yourself. It more so feels like high demand, okay? You will kind of have a spotlight on you in a sense of in a good way, okay? But just make sure, you just plan everything out. Use good time management skills. If you don't know about time management skills, I would definitely suggest that you look it up, okay? I think we talked about it a little bit in previous readings for you, or maybe one of your placement signs. Only you would know those, okay? And because I cannot think on the fly of which one I have, but I definitely have talked about a particular sign like prioritizing. It might have been Capricorn, okay? So, with that being said, let's go ahead and move into your mindful message, which is pretty much focusing on what your main focus is between you and the situation, okay? One from the top and one from the bottom, okay? And you can take both of these messages for yourself, or you can take one for yourself and one towards the situation, or both for yourself, whatever resonates for you, okay? The colors in the cards I usually associate with the chakras. So if you do any meditative work, Aries Collective, you by all means can go and work on those chakras. I do have a list of meditations on my channel, all my fave meditations. There's a lot of them, but it's a one-stop shop for anything you need, from beginner meditations to things that you can listen to, meditations you can listen to overnight, okay? So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. So we have unique lives, okay? Unique lives. It says, I respect everyone's individual decisions and way of life. We are each on our own unique journeys, and mine isn't the only way. My job is not to change others, but to simply love them, okay? And so we have the heart chakra going into the throat chakra, okay? And so you may possibly, for some of you Aries, I don't really feel as though it's you. It could be those kind of observing you on the outside, okay, as far as what it is that you do professionally or personal endeavors, or who you are as a person, period, okay? And so maybe a lot of people are starting to voice their opinions, okay? Now, with that being said, and I'm piggybacking off of your general read from yesterday, if you have not seen it yet, okay? However, for some of you Aries, I want you to kind of be a little bit mindful in the sense of when you are talking from your heart space to others, okay? Others that may not be doing, any or have any personal endeavors like you do, okay? Because some people may take it as though you are talking down to them, or if you are kind of being a little bit braggadocious, if you will, about what it is that you're doing with your life. Oh, I just got, this great hit on the stock market, or maybe you closed a deal with somebody, um, possibly, okay. Nothing wrong with talking about, if someone's asking you, like, hey, how's everything going with you? Haven't seen you in a while. Don't make the first thing that you talk about, even though they are your friends and you feel like you can express that to them, depending upon, you have to be able to read body language. You have to kind of take into account the communications that you've had with these people, okay? And everyone has unique lives, like it said, okay? Your job is not to change others, but to simply love them, okay? Respect everyone's individual decision. You may talk to people in the sense of, trying to motivate them to maybe open up their own business because you feel like they have a unique talent, okay? Not everyone wants to do exactly what you do, okay, or what you did. Some people are not as brave, okay, or courageous, or maybe don't have the funds, okay? I kind of talked about this in Aquarius's, in a sense of my own self, okay, of at some point in time, wanting to find those hobbies or something that I was really good at, but didn't have the time nor the money, to really do it. I had other things that I wanted to focus on. I wanted to get my finances in order first to make wiggle room for being able to have, something that I wanted to pursue as a personal endeavor or a hobby. Okay, still maintaining my regular job, but some people are, trying to find what their niche is. Some people don't want to turn their niche into a profession because maybe they more so like doing it for fun and the fact that there's no demand on them. Okay, and so while you may think someone may be good at doing something, and expanding themselves to something bigger because you did it and you're hoping you can motivate them, it's nothing wrong with that. But you have to know your people and just respect them for who they are and what they want to do, okay? Because everyone has their own journey, okay? Not everyone can do what you do, okay? And so, again, while it is kind of you and you come from a good place because it is heart chakra being here, okay? But at the same time, low key, people are in that wounded warrior phase, okay? That was in your general read, okay? In the sense of, they're happy for you, but at the same time, maybe they feel like you're talking down on them because they're not doing what you're doing, okay? Or, you have to remember you were once there too. And, maybe they're not in the same place as you. They have other things going on. They could have kids. And, just the same, if you have kids, you're like, well, I have kids. I was able to do it. And it's like, no, maybe you have one less than what they have, okay? Or, whatever the situation is, everyone's situation is different. So you cannot put your your thought patterns on anyone else. You have to be you. You have to love them for who they are, and talk good into them and maybe switch the conversation around where it's not about, your accomplishments. Just keep it short and simple. Oh, everything's, going pretty good. I can't complain. How are you? And focus on them, and, let them kind of share any accolades that they have, and just don't look down on them. And maybe you're not, but that's how they feel. Okay. So, that being said, let's get into your second message, which is tune in. Okay, tune in. We have sacral solar plexus, okay, mixing in here, where it says, today, before doing what I normally do, I will take a moment to slow down, to place my hands at my heart space and take a few deep breaths. I will ask myself what I truly want, and I will honor however I am feeling. Okay. This is talking about kind of getting in and tuning in with your inner child, as every time when I see this image, that's the first thing that I think of. This seems like an adolescent kind of figure here. Okay. And with those two chakras, primarily the sacral chakra is dealing with your inner child. Okay. And so get in tune with that version of yourself to determine, for some of you Aries, it could be Aries placements. Maybe you want this new beginning, okay? Maybe you're working towards a new profession, okay? Ask yourself what it truly is that you want. Connect with that heart space, okay? And speak it into fruition and get to the grinding, okay? I would definitely do the same as I did with Aquarius and advise you to check out the monthly manifestations. As I told Aquarius and I've mentioned last week, they are primarily to help you manifest and get yourself kind of organized, in a sense of if you're trying to attain something materially, or if it's more about self-improvement, okay? But due to low viewership, I may be getting rid of them, okay, by the end of the year. And so, by all means, get your fill in while you can, okay? If I do end them, they'll still be available on the channel. I just won't do them possibly either as often, or I will completely end the the readings for those, okay? As it is meant to help you guys manifest your heart's desires, okay? So, with that being said, let's move into, and I was about to give y'all some more mindful messages. Let's get into the sacral geometry, okay, for you guys, which is the energy of the situation. I'm going to do one from the bottom and one from the top. And you can take these two messages for yourself, or one for yourself and one towards a situation. You can also go ahead and take a snapshot of these and use them as visual aids for your meditations, okay? If you're into meditating at all, okay? So let's see what we have for your first message, which is divine masculine, okay? Number 22 here, okay? And it says, the frequency of divine masculine supports our strong, focused, and active side, allowing it to express itself while helping us to bring our dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom, okay? And so I feel like this is connected with this magician, okay? And it's also kind of connected to this unique lives, like I said before, you trying to motivate others, again, from coming from a kind space, okay? But it's primarily your divine masculine side. Regardless of what gender you are, we all have divine masculine and feminine within us. With all this wand energy here, it is definitely masculine energy in the sense of getting to that money, okay? Really using your better judgment, discernment, producing productivity, things of that nature, okay? You're blending a little bit of your divine feminine in there, and that's where your compassion comes from. But I'm feeling this energy of you guys sounding like an Everest commercial to your friends, like, come on, what are you doing with your life? Don't you want something more for yourself? And it's annoying, okay? I feel as though it is annoying to your friends, in the sense of stop trying to push something on them that they are either not ready for or they just don't want to do at all. Okay, they like their life the way that it is. Okay, so kind of respect that. Okay, like I said, come from a kind place, but with wisdom as well being added to it. Okay, so kind of redirect that energy into yourself and create something new for yourself. Okay, so let's move on to the second one, which is number 28, Gaia. Okay, Gaia. And Gaia says the frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely created to one. We are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to our great mother and to the universe that birthed us all. Okay? The frequency of Gaia reminds us that we are infinitely connected to one another, just as we are to Great Mother and to the universe that birthed us all. Okay? This is diagonal from that Unique Lives. Okay? And I just want to impart on you a little something, Aries, is that before before you get into this new energy, this new passion of yours, or if you are already in it, okay, those that are your friends, family, whatever the case may be, okay, you are connected to them for some reason, okay, whether it be a reason or a season, okay, but primarily we are all connected in some shape, form, or fashion, okay, and no matter what happens with your new passion, remember who you were before then, and remember to stay that same person as you are getting this newfound victory, okay. And so remember that you are all one and the same in some shape, form, or fashion. Like I said before, you had the same routine as your friends. You got up, you took care of your kids, you went to work, you cooked dinner, you did whatever your normal routine was before you actually broke down and did this new passion, okay? And so don't think any less of your friends. If you start feeling like you're doing that, then you know it's something there, okay, in the sense of either you feel like you need new friends that are a little bit more motivated, okay, but you have to also have the emotional intelligence to understand that at one point in time you were there too. What did it take before you were able to take that risk, okay? And you shouldn't love them any less because they're not doing the same things as you, okay? People have their own reasons for not, expanding themselves, and it doesn't make them any less of a person for not doing so. It makes them 10 times as courageous to know what they're capable of and what they're not, okay? So kind of take that into consideration, when you want to kind of like poke fingers at people, because you never know what the background story is as to why. It could be from fear, it could be from, like I said, not having the funds to do so, or having other priorities that mean a lot more to them. Maybe having a family meant more to them than expanding on fame and fortune, okay? And I'm not saying that's what all of y'all are doing, but I'm just saying, as an example, all right? So, Aries, that is all that I have for you guys this evening. We do have 3 more readings this week, along with the energy shout out on Sunday. So, until then, peace.